Lucas Spielberg.
And this is Ashton Spears.
And we definitely watch WGS-TV. We're going to own it. Definitely going to own it.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, really. Respect my veteran.
Hello everyone, you've worked your way into another episode of WGS-TV right here on YouTube.com/WrestleGamer. I'm the WrestleGamer Double B Money Bujo, and this is going to be the Monday Night Raw review for the week of March 23rd, 2015, the go-home show to WrestleMania. And guys and gals, it's hard to believe that yours truly went to WrestleMania for one thing, but the fact that it's already been a year since that happened is just absolutely amazing in my book. Now, would this be a good go-home show? Well, we'll tell you as soon as we're done with this review. Joining me on the review this week, ladies and gentlemen, first off, he is our resident music mogul over on YouTube.com/Lance Moss TV. He is the incomparable Lance Moss. Lance, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I would like to say, time to say happy birthday to two influential people, James from the Big Easy and The Undertaker. They're they have some similarities, well, a lot of differences. One scares small children, the other one's The Undertaker.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, this guy kidnapped James from the Big Easy and is holding him hostage with hamburgers in his basement right now. The master of In the News on Hardcore Wrestling Radio. It's the Bay Area MVP known as Will. Will, what's up?
I got a note that says, Lance, if you put me on the review and talk about cheeseburgers, I'm going to haunt you to death. It's right here.
Oh, my God.
It wasn't me!
Now, today's wrestling fans really need to realize just how big the opening segment of Monday Night Raw really is, considering the background, the history of the Monday Night Wars. To have Sting, the icon, the legend, open Monday Night Raw. Well, I got to say, it is probably one of the biggest openings of Monday Night Raw I have ever seen.
Well, excluding the fact that he hasn't came to the WWE for 14 years, and I got to see Sting personally, folks. I got to see him personally. The guy is a humble guy, so let's keep that on note. But as far as the opening segment, there was never a dull moment. I mean, Sting's a legend. Wouldn't you say, Lance?
Oh, most definitely. He was the face of WCW.
And he stayed in WCW. He stayed.
Now, this opening segment was more along the lines of build for the big Triple H Sting matchup at WrestleMania, and of course it would lead to once again having that confrontation. First, it was Stephanie McMahon going out there to say some derogatory things to Sting. Sting would kind of reply a little bit. Stephanie McMahon would try to slap Sting. Sting blocked it. Then out comes Triple H. Stephanie McMahon picks up the hammer that was hidden, and of course Sting conveniently has his trusty baseball bat to ward that off. So we just ended that segment with a standoff, and nothing more, nothing less, because honestly, you really don't need any more than that. Just face value alone, in my personal opinion, is going to be good enough to sell this match. A lot of people might be saying, no, Sting needs to face The Undertaker. Well, maybe so, maybe not. I think it's all a matter of interpretation. Will this matchup in itself be a good match? I think so. And only time will tell when we see it on WrestleMania this Sunday. The opening matchup was a tag match. Dean Ambrose and R-Truth taking on Luke Harper and Stardust. And I got to say, as good as R-Truth is on commentary, Bad News Barrett is just as good. In my personal opinion, Lance, he did a phenomenal job selling the ladder match, the Intercontinental Championship ladder match on commentary.
Yes, although when they pointed the camera at him, I was distracted by the guy behind him who is Paul Stanley from Kiss.
The tag match in itself wasn't that bad. R-Truth would hit the lie detector on Stardust to pick up the win for him and Dean Ambrose, and then after the match, R-Truth would kind of coerce Dean Ambrose to start dancing. Take a minute to think about that, guys and gals.
Lunatics shouldn't dance.
Yeah.
Lunatics should not dance.
I agree. Should not at all.
Yeah, that's all we can say. He could be a lunatic fringe, but don't be a dancing lunatic fringe. That's all we can really say about that. Up next would feature a 10-man tag match for, and again, it would be a build for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, but we would also have a special guest on commentary, Bill Simmons. Bill Simmons, do I know much about the guy? No. All I know is he was there, and apparently he's JBL's best friend ever. The 10-man tag match, it was The Miz, Damien Mizdow, Adam Rose, The Ascension, taking on the primetime players, Ryback, and holy crap, Zack Ryder on the Monday Night Raw, and Erick Rowan. And for once, he didn't lose in a match. It was chaotic, to say the least, for this match, but Ryback would end up hitting the shell shock on Miz to pick up the win for his team. More along the lines, this was an okay match. I gotta say, there were a lot of things about this week's Monday Night Raw that I wasn't too happy about, but we'll get to it when that time comes. Up next, Randy Orton will be taking on the fan voted, and we definitely have that up in quotations, of Seth Rollins and J&J Security. Needless to say, I voted for Big Show.
And I voted for Kane, but I mean, what else can we say about this match? Again, this is the go-home show of Raw, folks, and this match wasn't the type of match that we thought it was going to be, so I'm just going to go ahead and just give it a 3 and pass it on, because this match was really a crap buster, because we all know what's going to happen at Mania, but we're going to have to stay tuned. We'll never know. But the match, well, it was okay for me, Billy. It just wasn't what I had in mind. I give it a 3 and run.
Something the Studleyman actually said on Skype last night during Monday Night Raw, that it served its purpose. There was very little contact between Randy Orton and Seth Rollins because they really want to save all of that for their matchup at WrestleMania. So, again, only time will tell if the WWE made the right decision. Now, if the birthday boy James is here, he'd probably be all over this next match. The Divas Championship match, Nikki Bella defending against Paige. I gotta say, this is by far one of the best matches I have ever seen out of Nikki Bella. And that's saying a lot. I'm saying out of everything Nikki Bella has done in WWE, and that also includes doing John Cena, this is the best that we've ever seen her do in a match on WWE, whether it be Raw, SmackDown, or pay-per-view. Because the way that she worked with Paige, this was probably, I'm going to say it right now, Lance, best match of the night.
Hell no.
Really?
Yeah.
Want to tell me why?
Predictable a little bit, especially on the extracurricular stuff.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the extracurricular.
Then AJ back actually punched
Paige.
Yeah, just a little too predictable for me.
And then I guess WWE was trying to find a way to put another rift between them, and they definitely did that. And they definitely accomplished that. But overall, match-wise, this was really a good match, a solid over 10-minute match that actually had the commentary focused on it, and the crowd was into it. So I gotta say, good job to WWE on this one. But now we go from potentially best match of the night to probably hands down worst segment of the night. Even worse than Natalya. Natalya trying chicken fries backstage for Tyson Kidd wasn't that bad. Snoop Mania. Will, you want to take this? Snoop Mania.
All I gotta say is the way he did Hulk Hogan's pose was looking like he needed something to eat. Now, let's call it like it is, folks. Curtis Axel is still part of the Royal Rumble. He was never eliminated. But this Axel Mania, did a rock hit him in his head? I mean, if James from the Big Easy were here, folks, he would validate for me on Twitter that these two were going at it on Twitter before Snoop's arrival. And, you know, blah, 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 you know, jab for jab exchanges. You guys get it. And then you got Hulk Hogan comes out of nowhere. And, you know, I'm still running wild. I'm going to WrestleMania, blah, 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 blah. So then, you know, your usual Hogan block and boom. And then stage Snoop Dogg with his skinny self throws him over the top rope and fade to black going to the bathroom. I didn't think much about this. Sorry. I think it was a waste of TV time as far as I'm concerned.
I think a lot of people would agree with you on that sentiment, including yours truly. Up next, we have a rematch from Thursday Night SmackDown, the interspecies match. Los Matadores and El Torito taking on Tyson Kidd, Cesaro, and Natalya. Why in the world did we have to have a rematch? More than likely, possibly time filler. And then the fact that they made Natalya take the loss from El Torito after what they did on Thursday Night SmackDown just makes Natalya, in my mind, Lance, look like SHIT.
Yes, and not a superhero in training. But, yeah. Why the hell do we need this damn match? Seriously? The hell? And about the last segment, I'll say this one thing. Snoop Dogg better than Wiz Khalifa.
Hold on, Lance. I got to comply with you to one thing. And the Studley man Ashley would agree if he watches this. Torito! Because he's always saying it. So, I mean, why give Natalya the loss for? I mean, it's no better than watching paint dry. I mean, Billy, I agree with you. Why Natalya give Torito the way? Is creative eating Fruity Pebbles backstage? Because this was crap.
No, they were probably eating the chicken fries from Burger King. But anyway.
That was some bull.
Speaking of that, Rusev, Jack Swagger. Purpose? Post-match activity. John Cena coming out to save the day for Jack Swagger, only end up getting totally dominated by the United States champion on the outside with them finally doing the final lockup, the accolade, on the announcer's table. Now, was there any particular reason why to do it on the announcer table? Probably not. They could have probably done it on the floor or even in the ring. So I really don't understand the point of it is. But another thing that really probably got under the skin of maybe Rusev, kayfabe-wise, well, is the fact that fans were actually chanting for Lana.
And that's the problem, folks. You cannot get always what you want in the WWE. Lana is doing a movie. So as far as Rusev by himself waving the Russian flag and he and Swagger having that match with no Lana at ringside, pretty much questions the fact, will she be there at Mania? Only time will tell. But, you know, the loss of Lana was just kind of out there.
And honestly, Lana was the only reason why I really tolerated Rusev's gimmick, because she was excellent eye candy. I got to give major props, and I'm sure you guys would agree with me on this one, major props to Bray Wyatt for having the ability to build up his match with The Undertaker at WrestleMania by himself. Lance, wouldn't you agree with that?
Oh, most definitely, because it takes a lot of balls to be able to build them, especially with Taker. Yeah, they did a couple things where it was supposedly him responding to Bray Wyatt, which circa about some early Attitude Era stuff was what that response was from. But, yeah, definitely one of the best segments of the night.
It definitely was. Then we also get the announcement that Kevin Nash will be the final inductee in this year's WWE Hall of Fame. And, well, the only thing I got to say about that is, like everyone in this year, it's very well deserved.
Yeah, but I and a friend of mine, we were talking about this the other day at work, and I'm sad to say HBK Shawn Michaels is not going to induct Kevin Nash. Is the WWE on crack Hello,
Yes.
Heartbreak Kid, Big Daddy Cool Diesel. What is WWE thinking over there? So what do they do, folks? They have Mick Foley introduce Kevin Nash. Could someone get me some LeBron James baby powder and slap me? Because if anybody forgot about the 1993 matches where he was always having each other's backs meet a clue, I mean, come on, this is dumbfounded and stupid.
Or even Scott Hall would even make sense because of the work he did in WCW as the Outsiders. Even that would make sense. I really don't understand.
But Mick Foley?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's all we can say about that.
They gave it to Mick Foley, Lance. I know.
Now,
I figured it'll be somebody in the clique.
Now, when it comes to the Divas Championship match, I want to rephrase something I said. That was probably one of the best Divas matches I have seen in a long time. Now, the final match on Monday Night Raw. I'm not saying main event. I'm saying final match because there was a main event segment. Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler with Dean Ambrose voted in as the special guest referee. Let's just say, Lance, any pay-per-view at any time, this is 5-star main event.
Yes. Thus, to me, this was match of the night. No disrespect to the Divas, but you got the Lunatic Fringe, you got Bryan, I believe, and you got Ziggler. That's main event quality right there. Great match.
Definitely. But now, started off Monday Night Raw on a high pitch, and your go-home show to Monday Night Raw before your biggest event of the year, WrestleMania. Your final segment on your go-home show, you feature a tug of war between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Can somebody please explain to me what the hell WWE Creative was thinking when they said, oh, let's end the go-home show for this week's Monday Night Raw featuring Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar having a tug of war over the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, that'll definitely sell some views for WrestleMania. Are you on heroin to even think something like that would actually be watchable? I wouldn't even watch it on free TV. That's how terrible that gimmick was. The only thing that was really positive is the way that Paul Heyman was hyping everything up. Again, we said time in and time out. Paul Heyman, one of the best hypemen and one of the best talkers in the wrestling industry, bar none. You can't find anyone really better than Paul Heyman. But to end it with a tug of war over the WWE World Heavyweight Championship? Well, I think I need some of that LeBron's baby powder and someone could slap me in the face because that image of them with the title belt was just absolutely ridiculous.
You know what? I had a friend that was actually at Raw, and I grabbed another script, and it says like this. Let's just put Reigns and Lesnar in there for the tug of war for the title. That would make good ratings. Forget about the Divas. And we're going to put concentration on this match. Are you fucking serious? This didn't need to happen. I could have took a piss and came back and at least seen the WWE logo at the end that says, good night, everybody. Lance, I don't know if this is a crapshoot or who are the two monkeys that wrote this, because I'm done.
Jimmy Jacobs. Help! Please, for the love of God, come there and get up to the main roster creative guy. They need you because they got dumb some bitches like these two guys acting like fighting, like having a tug of war over the belt like a damn 2 5-year-olds fighting over a damn toy. Shit.
Well, anyway, guys and gals, it's now time to go into our overall scores and our picks for best and worst match or segment of Monday Night Raw. And like I've already said before, I'm making a retraction from my best match of the night being the Divas Championship match, even though it's right up there. If it wasn't for Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan and how unbelievably amazing that match was in all aspects, including the post-match activity when they had all of the contenders for the Intercontinental Championship ladder match, just duking it out. That's a perfect way to end the build for their matchup at WrestleMania. The Intercontinental Championship ladder match has the potential to steal the show at WrestleMania. And I'm definitely looking forward to what these guys do for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. Worst segment of the night, Snoop Mania. Why? Because I keep asking the question, why? Why did we have to have it? They could have done something else with Snoop Dogg. But did they really have to have him really embarrass Curtis Axel? Like he really needed it, by the way. And then have him take off his shirt to reveal those two toothpicks he calls arms. It was just mind-boggling, the amount of crap that they put on their go-home show. An honorable mention to the tug of war over the championship belt. That was a terrible way to end Monday Night Raw. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns are supposed to be 5 years old now, having a tug of war over a toy? Really? I don't know why WWE Creative thought that would be a perfect way to end the go-home show to your biggest event of the year. But apparently, they thought it was that. My overall score on the go-home show to Monday Night Raw is going to be a 3 out of 5. Lance, over to you. Your overall score and your picks for best and worst match or segment of Monday Night Raw this week.
I gave it a 3.5. It was okay. Best match, gotta go Ziggler Bryan with Ambrose as referee. Worst match, I'll go with the interspecies match while the 100 we need to see that twice in a week.
Yeah.
Best segment, Bray Wyatt. Worst, the damn tug of war over the title. The hell.
Yeah, it's an image, and one would probably think the only reason why WWE Creative thought that would be a good way to end Monday Night Raw was probably for just one thing only: photo op. They need a good image for WrestleMania, and they probably thought, hey, this is a good image right there, having them both have a tug of war over the WWE World Heavyweight Championship belt. Will, over to you. Your overall score and your picks for best and worst match or segment of Monday Night Raw this week.
All right. Well, I think that tag team match with Truth and Ambrose versus Harper and Stardust would be the best one, in my opinion. Worst match? Can I really say this here on WGS-TV? Yes, I can. The match where Natalya gets pinned by Torito, whatever match that was, because I didn't watch all of it, but yeah, you guys can figure that one out. Best segment was basically AJ and Paige. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just rekindling of a feud. Worst segment? Well, I lost my script, but, I threw the paper already, folks. Lesnar, Reigns, pulling of title, what the hell? Throw me across the river. That's something.
I got money that says WWE, probably since they said they're going to start doing like live WrestleMania coverage Thursday on the WWE Network, we're going to see that image over and over and over again until Sunday for WrestleMania. That image of Lesnar and Reigns having that tug of war over the championship. Because to me, that is the only valid reason why WWE Creative thought that would be a good way to end the go-home show to WrestleMania on Monday Night Raw, having them both have a tug of war over the championship. Now, the image in itself can sell, but should it have been the final segment of your go-home show to WrestleMania? Hell to the no. But then again, that's just our opinion. What we want to know from you guys out there, the viewers and subscribers, your thoughts on Monday Night Raw this week. What are your overall scores? What are your picks for best and worst match or segment of Monday Night Raw this week? We definitely want to know what you guys have to say out there. Be sure to put your comments in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. Lance, where can fans expect to see when they come visit your channel over on youtube.com/LanceMossTV?
Album reviews, NASCAR discussion videos, album Redneck Norman cooking videos, musical equipment reviews, some Redneck Norman, some rants and the archives of controversies and scandals. Also, check me out on Twitter. It's @LanceMossTV.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, when he's not kidnapping James, holding him hostage and naked in his basement, smearing hamburger meat all over him, Will, the area MVP known as Will, is the master of In the News on Hardcore Wrestling Radio. Will, when can they check that out?
You can always check us out Wednesday or Thursday on SoundCloud.com/HWR show. And, folks, I just talked to the boss, and we're going to have Throwback Thursdays. Basically what it is I'm going to start posting up old Titantrons to see if wrestling fans know who they are. So we're going to introduce that to Hardcore Wrestling 3 called Throwback Thursdays, where I post old Titantrons. So it's going to be a delight.
And we'll see if the fans out there are up to the challenge. WGS-TV is on social media, folks, on Facebook at facebook.com/WGS-TV, Twitter at The WrestleGamer, and Instagram. Yes, Instagram at The WrestleGamer. And also, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to youtube.com/WrestleGamer for more content like this and all of my Let's Plays, which you can check out in the annotations at the end of this video, and the links will also be in the description box below. So, with that being said, for the incomparable Lance Moss from Lance Moss TV and the Bay Area MVP known as well, I'm the WrestleGamer, Double Bay Billy Bujo, saying we'll see ya at the next Warp Zone.